You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, the absurdity evidently has no limits whatsoever when it comes to the NFL pimping out games. Now, guys, you know I've done a couple of videos. The NFL is having a yet another international game this year. They robbed the Rams and the 49ers fans of a game in California that was a rivalry game and moved it to Melbourne, Australia. By the way, again, the ratings on the NFL for the Super Bowl were down in the United States. They were down in the United States. The NFL has no longer even made it a secret. There's a couple of things going on. Number one, they don't give a shit about U.S. fans anymore. That's a fact at this point. They have put all their eggs in one basket trying to push the overseas international narrative to people that would rather watch soccer 10 out of 10 times. But okay, they're continuing to do that. That's irritating fans. And the other thing that's irritating fans is the continued back turn to fans that are, and there's many of us, that are pounding the table in anger saying, how many different outlets, how many different services do I have to have in order to consume a National Football League matchup? Well, if you want to watch this Australian game, you may have to have another one. I tried to go to the source on this because I always rather go to the source, but it was behind a paywall, and I'm not doing that. I'm not paying for it. So anyway, Florio, NFL is selling Australian game as part of a mini package. And guys, we don't know who's broadcasting this thing. I mean, Rams 49ers is a huge game. It's huge. I'm a Niners fan. Rams games, circle on my calendar. Division rival, potential battle of the two NFC teams that want to try to get to the Super Bowl. It's a potential NFC championship preview when these two teams play. The NFL may, there's no telling who's getting these games. John Orond of Puck reports in the latest edition of the Varsity newsletter that the 49ers-Rams game in Melbourne will be folded into a package of 5 or 6 total games. Wow. Per Orond, Fox and YouTube were interested in the Melbourne game. Now, whoever gets it will be buying other games too. So I guess there's a world where maybe Fox still gets it. I don't know. YouTube? Okay. I mean, what if you're sitting at the house and you're like, here's the issue. Because there's always that one guy that's like, well, who doesn't have Amazon now? Well, who doesn't have Netflix now? Well, a lot of people have chosen to get rid of it because this all started with, we go to streaming and we're going to save so much money over cable. And that turned out to be dog shit. That's a lie. We found that out. So a lot of people have cut a lot of their streaming services and went to antenna. I've talked about this in the past. As Orond surmises, the 4 international games that flowed back to the NFL as part of the ESPN merger presumably will include a new package. The possible, which is more fairly termed likely, Thanksgiving Eve game could also be a part of it. The Wednesday game before Thanksgiving, they're going to put that in the package too. It could result in a payday landing between $500 million and $1 billion. Over and beyond the billions the NFL will receive from its existing broadcast rights packages. Mother effer. The package is being sold at a time when the league is believed to be negotiating an extension of the broader deal with CBS and with the possible plan to move on to Fox and other companies that currently hold the rights to existing windows. The NFL plans to play Melbourne game on either Wednesday, September 9th or Thursday, September 10th, with the Seahawks home opener landing on the other day. So keep in mind, there's still a massive chance the Seahawks aren't opening the season. They won the Super Bowl. I mean, make this shit make sense. Somebody. There's the question of whether the NFL will find another standalone window or two. Christmas Eve is surely already in play this year, since it lands on a Thursday. Oh, that's a given. That's a given. I mean, can they put 3 games on Christmas Eve? Is that what they're about to do? That's what it sounds like they're about to do. How about Christmas Eve Eve? Oh, God. Or another stray Wednesday, like, say, Wednesday, November 11th, Veterans Day. The league is looking for more and more ways to stuff cheese into its 11-figure pizza. Mark Cuban once said of the NFL appetite for expanding into more nights of the week, quote, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered, end quote. Oh, I got my problems with Mark Cuban, but every now and then he does throw a gem out there. Yeah. I mean, the NBA's got themselves a saturation problem. I just made a video the other day. We were talking about CBS, and prior to that, I made another video, and the one thing I kept bringing up was you're trying to put all these standalone games on these other nights, and Sundays is starting to suck. Sunday afternoon, especially if you got Red Zone, it's starting to suck. The weeks where there's only 2 or 3 games on NFL Red Zone Sunday afternoon, they blow. They suck. You look up and you've got your 2 higher profile games are like blowouts. And then you've got some Raiders-Cardinals action that's a 3-point game, and you're like, are you shitting me? This is the one good game I got left to me? Now, granted, the Raiders are going to be a lot more interesting this year, but you get my point. Oh, you mean to tell me there could have been 2 more games, but you done moved them to before Sunday even got here. You moved them somewhere else. I mean, you want to talk about Red Zone losing value? You're showing commercials and the afternoon games blow. Wow. Let's put it in another package. Let me guess. Throw it behind the paywall known as Peacock, or even worse, ESPN Unlimited app. You got to have that subscription off to the side to watch it. Is that what we're doing? What other kind of, I'm trying to think, what other kind of pay services are there out there? Luckily, some of these services have at least devoured each other, or if Hulu was still standalone, they'd be selling 5 games to Hulu, and you'd have to have that subscription. The NFL's bubble is going to burst. You're seeing cracks in the foundation in the United States right now in the fandom. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.